Lewis sent in a photo of a monsoon lightning strike and a very strong downpour of rain. San Antonio, Texas, Bernice, beautiful rainbow. That looks like a double. It's hard to see the second one. This one here is from Perth, Australia, sent in by Tina, of a sunset. Very spectacular sunset at that. Really cool. Orange, purple, pink, you name it. Here's another one from Perth. Beautiful sunset. Lots of orange and gray. This is from Northwest Texas, sent in by Krakula. Sun setting very low on the horizon. What looks almost like a dust storm, but this one here is also orange skies. Very long cloud over Chicago, sent in by Jack. Look at that. Let me stop that for just a second right there. That's the only cloud in the sky, and it looks like a big long runway up in the sky. Look at that. And there's no other clouds. Great observation, Jack. Thanks for sharing. Irish sea clouds sent in by Lena. Look at those. Bluish black clouds out over the Irish Sea. And those too are in a linear fashion. Sussex, United Kingdom. Sundog noticed by Mark. Good observation. Look at this purple sky from Iowa, sent in by Steve. Wow. Beautiful photograph. Claire S. of some sort of a very unusual reddish pink cloud in the sky all by itself. Everything else is gray or blue or white, but that patch right there, whatever it is just pink, pinkish red. I thought this was pretty cool over Manhattan, New York, sent in by Byron. It's a double rainbow. It's hard to see the second one, but you can definitely see the first one going clear across the New York City skyline. Awesome photograph. This here's a clear double rainbow. See a lot of these every week. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Awesome photograph of a sunrise or sunset sent in by Angie. New York, El Capo. Look at that cloud. That's almost touching the ground. And that one there, same area, looks like it's touching the tops of the buildings in downtown New York. Barrington, New Hampshire. Matthew sent in an excellent photograph of what looks like an eye in the sky. Almost looks like the eye of Horus. Look at that. Back to New York, these big, huge storm clouds that look like they're reaching down to touch the ground. These clouds are touching the ground. Mount Beacon, photo sent in by John of some clouds that are rolling over the mountains there, and those are actually touching the mountains. New York, once again, of those clouds that in that picture there are touching the ground. This one here, I'm not exactly sure what to make of it. It was sent in by Mark from Victoria, Texas. I don't know if this is some sort of a processing artifact or if that was indeed some sort of a black triangle there. He was photographing the sky beams and noticed this triangle after the fact. So I don't know what to make of that, guys. It was just one of those that was simply too good not to share. This is kind of cool here. It looks like an arrow in the sky sent in by Tangi from Ontario, Canada. Look at that. Looks like somebody drew a perfect arrow in the sky. Unbelievable. North Norway, sent in by Stig S. He said this is very unusual to ever see a tornado up in Norway, even one coming down out of the clouds like that. But there you're looking at one. Looks like some sort of a small, almost looks like a dust devil. But nevertheless, that's a twister in the sky above Norway. Photos here look like twins, but they're in two different states on the same date. This one was sent in by Penny from Ohio, and this one was from Prescott, Arizona. I want to say this was a couple of days ago, well, within the last 48 hours. And they look like identical twins, big anvil supercell thunderstorms that are reaching high up into the sky. Great photographs, guys. Much like this one here from the United Kingdom, sent in by Karen, of the moon and the sun. Great photographs. Good job. Thanks for sharing. Next photograph here is of a very profound double, or actually it's a single. No, it's a double rainbow from Las Vegas, Nevada. You can see the double right there at the end. Right up there. That's definitely a double, a low rider, right above the houses. This is unedited. This is the way I received this. Bright Orange Sky by Teresa from St. Louis, Missouri. And again, that is unedited. That's the way I received the photograph. Turan K of some dark sky beams in the sky. I've got a photo here, and then they also sent in a brief video clip of the dark beams in the sky. One low to the ground and one going up in the sky. Thomas from Illinois. Spectacular photo of some clouds that go up to the moon. Alaska Catherine. Big, giant, what looks like a blanket in the sky. Unbelievable. Panama City Beach, Florida. Melissa of an orange sunrise or sunset. Either way, it's awesome. Another photo of what looks like an eye in the sky. Look at that, from Martinsville, Indiana. See it right there? It's kind of hard to miss. It doesn't look like anything else in the sky except a perfect eye. Great observation. Ron Miller from Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Spectacular photographs. Look at that. Good job, Ron. Thanks for sharing. This next photograph is of some sort of strange line out of Saskatchewan, Canada, noticed by Jordan. I don't know what that is. It's not any type of contrail from a plane, some sort of a weird dark line in the sky that he happened to notice. Steve from Iowa. Mammatus clouds from storms in the area. Hole punch clouds sent in by Jay look like a long submarine up in the sky. Look at that. Great observation. Good job, guys. Keep them coming. Panama City Beach, Melissa, noticing some spectacular clouds off the coast of Florida. Denver, Kevin R. sent in spectacular sunset, big long clouds above Denver. Karen from the UK, this looks like the sun tucked in behind the clouds, or the moon, I'm not exactly sure which. I want to say that's the sun. Another photograph from Clarence. Another photograph here from Karen. You can see the contrast in the clouds, the darks and whites. Another photograph from the UK, Karen. Another dark cloud with the sun behind it. This here looks like some sort of a triangle from Texas. Big triangle at that. Canby, Oregon. This photograph was sent in by Stan of a big tall cloud in the sky. Short video here of a very long structure in the sky. Look at that cloud. You can see it, some sort of a cloud. It's a dark cloud. You can see stretching. San Antonio, Bernice, notice a very strong downpour shaft of rain. Sunset, Patrick, and you can see some dark beams in two photos that he shared. This is the first one. Here's the second one. That's an awesome photo. Good job. New York, Mike N. This photograph is super interesting as he noticed what looked like windows in this cloud. Looks like some sort of a structure in the sky. Windows here or portals that are shining through the clouds. Once again, another photograph of the moon or the sun from the United Kingdom. Sent in by Karen. New York, Mike N. of a purple pink sky. Muskogee, Oklahoma, Kathy of some very ominous low-riding clouds that are touching the ground. Iron Mountain, Michigan, Trish sent in a photograph of what looks like an eye in the sky. Get a load of that. Colorado Springs, Tina from Colorado. Another long, as far as you can see, cloud structure in the sky. Beautiful double rainbow stretching over West Palm Beach, Florida. And you're going to see this reflecting off of the ground here. Check this out. Did I get it in the photograph? I have to share it in the next video. It does reflect off of the ground. Really cool. Lena from Scotland, coastal Scotland. Beautiful lavender colored sky. Look at that. Medical Lake, Washington, sent in by David of a very low riding shelf cloud. There's number one, and then there's another one that he sent in with this one that's just as impressive. Look at that. Almost looks like you can reach up and touch it. Alberta, Canada, sent in by Ashlyn. Beautiful sunrise or sunset, multiple colored clouds. Brian from Navarre, Florida. Notice what looks like a giant triangle in the sky. Here it is in a different format. Kind of brings it out even more clear. Look at that thing. It's huge. That's what he noticed. Levon S. Big dark line in the sky. Galena, Kansas, sent in by LK. Look at this lightning. This was from last night around midnight or just after midnight. An incredible lightning storm occurred in the Midwest, not only in Kansas, but in Oklahoma, Missouri. Unbelievable show last night. I don't know how many lightning strikes there were, that there were several thousand. I do know that, just in a very short period of time. Once again, these were sent in by LK out of Galena, Kansas. Phoenix, Arizona. Pink sky, purple sky with a double rainbow in the background. Joe from the Mojave Desert. His young son noticed these blue streaks in the sky. It's very dry out above the Mojave. You wouldn't think clouds would turn blue like that above the Mojave Desert. Tampa, Florida again. Jimmy noticed a horizontal crescent moon. And I saw the same thing this morning myself around 6 a.m. under a purple pink sky, horizontal moon. Gilbert, Arizona, Jim sent in what he thought was some sort of a tornado in the sky. And that photo was from 2016. Farmerville, Louisiana, Daryl and Summer. Some incredible lightning out of Louisiana. St. Genevieve, Missouri, Kristen. Big, long roll cloud. Seen a lot of those this year. She also sent this one in. What looks like a tornado up in the clouds that never made its way to the ground. But that certainly looks like a small tornado up in the sky. Next photos from Tupelo, Mississippi, sent in by John, of an amazing sunrise or sunset. Back to the Mojave Desert and those blue streaks in the sky. Quite beautiful. Hallmark moment. His 4-year-old son noticed that. Oklahoma City, Barbara. Spectacular clouds. Big, tall supercells. And this one here has got some beams coming off the top of it. Just beautiful. Great observation, guys. Like this one here from Oakland, California, sent in by Mark, looking towards San Francisco. Reddington, Florida, Manny noticed a big halo around the sun. Captured a photograph of the big sun halo. Branson, Missouri, Cheryl G. of an incredible sky. Look at those colors. You got a storm in action on the left. Turn the sky green. Gainesville, Florida, Timothy. Big high-profile double rainbow. Bloomington, Indiana, sent in by Tall Matt. Big sunbeam coming through the clouds. Bloomington, Indiana. Awesome skies. Great observation. Tall Matt. Also notice this one here, what looks like a triangle in the sky. And it's even a completely different color than the rest of the sky. The rest of the sky's got blues and dark grays. That's kind of a light purple, and it's triangle shaped. It almost makes you wonder if there wasn't a craft of some sort setting up there. Roseville, Michigan, sent in by Jay Best, of a purple sky, lavender looking sky. This one here is a lavender purple from Kentucky, sent in by Dallas. And yet another lavender purple sky. Kelly from Central Alabama. You guys are wide awake and on the ball. Gene R. from Bessemer, Alabama. Beautiful sky. Willis Point, Texas. Daryl noticed a big, long roll cloud in the sky, or some sort of a shelf cloud. Another double rainbow by Timothy from Gainesville, Florida. That thing went right down in a subdivision. Another photograph of this intense lightning from Galena, Kansas, sent in by LK. Look at that. And this one over here on the left looked like it may have come in contact with a tree. Look. Looks like it went right on top of a tree. Oxnard, California. A little video clip sent in by Dino of a long, narrow linear cloud in the sky, stretching as far as he could see in both directions. Beautiful photo here from Italy. This is unedited, sent in by Simon. Beautiful purple lavender sky. Oakland, California. Mario. Colors up in the sky around the sun and the clouds. Andrew from Paragould, Arkansas. Clouds look like you can reach up and touch them. Don't even look real. Look at that. Good observation, Andrew. Thanks for sharing, bud. There's a double rainbow embedded in a purple and lavender sky. Been seeing a lot of those lately. Cheryl from Prescott. Big, tall anvil, like a supercell thunderstorm. Alamo, Georgia, sent in by Ben F. of a very ominous looking sky. Winter Haven, Florida. William. Some big beams ricocheting off some clouds going up into the sky to infinity. Streamwood, Illinois. Anthony of a huge shelf cloud. Look at that. Unbelievable. Meadview, Arizona, sent in by Carol, of a big blanket in the sky. And another one in Arkansas. This one was shared by Tammy. It looks like a blanket in the sky as far as you can see. Had that straight edge on it. Ronald from Cincinnati. Single rainbow with a bolt of lightning going through it. Saskatchewan, Will. Big halo around the sun. Good observation, guys. Texas sky. This was from an airplane. It's somewhere over Texas, somewhere between Houston and Edmonton. Let's put it that way. And a gentleman by the name of Planetary Protector noticed a rainbow out the window of this aircraft as they were flying, and also noticed these, what appear to be objects streaking through the sky. This could be, these airplane windows are all dual pane windows, so sometimes they can play tricks on us with light. I don't know if that's a trick of light with the dual pane windows on the airplanes, or if those are actually something raining down from the sky. Have to look at both options. Oklahoma City, Renee noticed something in front of the moon. Don't know if that's a cloud or not. This is a neat photograph out of Watsonville, California, sent in by Michael. It looks like some sort of big outflows coming out from the sun. Look at that. Unbelievable photograph. Maybe that was the moon. Irish Coast from Ireland, sent in by Lena M. More purple skies, pink skies, double rainbow that's diving down into a farm in Del Mar, Delaware. Look at that. Port St. Lucie, Florida by Mary. Looks like a hole in the sky. An orange sky at that. Longview, Texas by Sam. Beautiful sunrise. Or actually, this was a sunrise or sunset. Tupelo, Mississippi, Joshua. Another sunrise or sunset. They kind of look the same sometimes. Daytona, Florida, sent in by Terry. Got a rainbow out over the ocean along the coast of Florida where that storm is headed. North Reddington Beach, Florida, Manny. Beautiful. Probably a sunrise there from Florida. Watsonville, California again by Michael, of an orange and yellow sky. Kind of a golden color in the background. Trenton, Florida, sent in by Ken G. Of some beams coming up from the horizon, forming a rainbow. Timmins, Australia, what looks like a big eye in the sky up in the clouds. How about that? Aaron from Minnesota. Got a rainbow with some more beams coming up from the sky, much like Ken just showed us. Morris, Illinois, Lori, of a beautiful sunrise or sunset with a big cloud in the middle of it. New Jersey, Jerry, what looks like a square way off in the distance. That was a great observation because that was a long ways away. I had to zoom in very, very close to be able to see that. She saw it from a long ways away, a perfect square in the clouds. Dagsboro, Delaware, Matt noticed an unusual configuration up in the clouds above Delaware. Fort Myers, Florida. Connie looked up and saw this shape in the sky, and she said it just did not fit in with the rest of the sky, the rest of the clouds. She said it just kind of sent chills down her spine when she saw it because it looked so out of place, and I agree, it doesn't look like a typical cloud, that's for sure. Good observation. Thanks for sharing. Dayton, Ohio, Jeff J. of a very low profile shelf cloud. And the next one you're going to see is probably one of the longest roll clouds I think I've ever seen. Come out of Seminole, Oklahoma by Charlie. Look at this.
A roll cloud.
Unbelievable.
I've never in my 48 years seen a cloud this long.
She said she'd never seen anything like that in her entire life. Look at that. Goes on
As far as you can see.
far as you can see. Keeps going and going and going. As far as you can see in both directions. And there was a rainbow over on this end of it. He was pointing out that you can't see now, but it was there earlier. But that is one huge roll cloud that definitely goes as far as the eye can see in both directions. Deltona, Florida, sent in by Deb. Look at that. Unbelievable. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Rob D. caught a lightning bolt making contact with the ocean. Look at that. Unbelievable. Great job. Portland, Oregon, some sort of what they're describing, and it showed up in the photo too. They said these clouds look like a spiral going through the sky. And you can kind of see what they're talking about. Starting back here, they look like a roll. They're rolling through the sky. Just a really unique photograph. Great observation, much like this one here. Dale from Fort Lupton, Colorado, sent in some amazing photographs you guys are going to see here in just a minute. There was one. Here's another one he shared. And he's got some other really good photographs. He took Puerto Rico, Glorima. This was after Dorian, Hurricane Dorian went past Puerto Rico. Fort Lupton, Colorado, Dale once again. Beautiful hallmark moment there. Much like these clouds here. Look at that. Fort Lupton, Colorado, Dale. Good job, Dale. Thanks for sharing. Good job, Taylor. Lake Worth, Florida. Some orange clouds during sunrise. Big Mike from Oregon. This is the Oregon sky he saw. Look, pink, purple. Look at that. Said he'd never really seen it like that before. Here's another one from Big Mike. Very unusual dark cloud that looks like it's almost touching the ground. Eugene, Oregon. Steve described these as red rain clouds, as those were rain shafts coming down. Fort Lupton again. Dale, look at that. Big cloud almost touching the roof of that house. Incredible. Dawn from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Catching a halo around the sun. Fort Lupton, Colorado once again. Mr. Dale caught another spectacular cloud almost touching the ground. Bonnie D caught what looks like a supercell thunderstorm rising up into the sky, creating that big anvil is what they call that. That is a huge structure she caught there. Irish Coast, Lena M. Beautiful rainbow. This one looks like a single going down into the water, much like we saw that lightning bolt going down into the water. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Lori. Some big beams coming up from the horizon. Sean from Bronx, New York. Noticed a pinkish purple and blue sky at sunrise or sunset. Altoona, Iowa, Peggy. Some very ominous looking clouds as a storm was rolling through. I want to pause this here for just a second. Jules is at 37,000 feet above the Texas Panhandle when he had the presence of mind to notice some sort of a triangle-shaped cloud out the window of his airplane. And he's a pilot. Apparently he was flying this airplane, or he was a passenger of this plane, looking out the front window, again at 37,000 feet, looking at what looks like some sort of a triangle-shaped craft high above the Texas Panhandle. Pompano Beach, Florida. Julie, of a beautiful sunrise or sunset. Great job, Julie. Thanks for sharing. Fort Apache, Jason. Some big crepuscular rays coming up from the horizon, spreading out in all directions. Almost looks like the Arizona flag. Hope Sound, Florida, sent in by Debbie, of some colorful clouds up by the sun. Going a little tighter here. Look at that. Those really aren't supposed to be outside the Arctic Circle. We're going to talk about that in a later video. Here's another picture she sent in from Hope Sound, Florida, of a sunrise or sunset. Big, long roll cloud. Look at that. Looks like a big, long rope in the sky. Elk, Oklahoma, sent in by Deborah. Puerto Rico, I got two photos like this. This one was from Herbert, of some big beams in the sky as Dorian went past Puerto Rico as a tropical storm. Left behind some beautiful skies. Donna F. from Mesa, Arizona. Look at that. That was a good observation. Perfect boomerang in the sky, and it looks like another one right behind it. That was an incredible observation Donna made from right out here in Arizona. John, I'm not exactly sure of the location, but that's probably one of the most orange-colored skies I think I've ever seen. Angela and Gary from Port Hope, Ontario. These wavy clouds that look like a big blanket in the sky. That's what compelled them to take the photograph. Ontario, Matt T. of some big sky beams. These things have been seen all over the world. Same location, different person. Windsor, Ontario, Adam F. noticed the same sky beams. How about that? Two different people photographing the same thing. Carl from Grand Rapids, Michigan. He was just absolutely mesmerized by this lightning storm that he witnessed. There were not conventional lightning strikes. They were like big balls of light in the sky. Amazing photographs he shared. Puerto Rico, Glorima, those big beams as Dorian went past the island of Puerto Rico as a tropical storm. Wyandotte, Michigan, Lawrence G. Look at that. Big beams in the sky stretching from horizon to horizon. I've actually seen that one time about 10 years ago. Salem, Utah. This was sent in by Something's Awesome. And it looks like the beginning of what could have been a tornado but never did form. You can see how that's very circular right there, but it never did come down and touch the ground. I don't know if it was rotating or not, as that was just an individual picture, but it does look like about half of a big wedge tornado. Freiburg, Pennsylvania, more sky beams. These were from Eric out of Freiburg. I think I've actually got some more. Yeah, here's some from Alaska, sent in by Catherine W. I mean, these things are all over the globe. And we've got triple rainbows to top off these big sky beams. North Alberta, Canada, sent in by Ron. Look at that. 1, 2, there's your double. And the double has a single in the middle of it. And I don't know if that's maybe 2 doubles. We just can't see the second part of the one going through the middle. Maybe it's back here and we just can't see it. But anyway, there's 3 rainbows there. And he was absolutely mystified when he saw that. Had never seen one in his life. And I got to admit, I've never seen one either until you guys started sending me pictures of those things. Here's another awesome picture from England by J. Turner. Queen Bay almost looks like another eye in the sky. Awesome photo from Queensland, Australia by Rebecca. I don't know if that's a sunrise or a sunset. I'm going to stop this for a second here. This is the spring storm that occurred yesterday, that big superstorm that went through the Great Plains. This is up in Wisconsin, and this was one of the leading edge storms of that big giant cyclonic storm that engulfed the Great Plains of the United States. This is what it looked like, or at least part of it did, in Wisconsin yesterday around 11:30 as it was rolling through the northern states. A beautiful sky from Laura. Not exactly sure of the location on that one. This was sent in by Caleb, and he noticed this very long straight line in the sky that looks like that sky curtain that we've been seeing over these last few months. He observed it again today. Great observation, Kalen. Awesome sky shot here from New Jersey by Christina. Spectacular sunset, Columbus by Davy. Look at that. This was sent in by Perry from Texas, and you can see why he took the photograph. There's a very distinct straight line in the sky that just doesn't look natural. That's why he took the photograph. Good observation, Perry. Awesome sky here from Alaska. This was taken by Kristen, who's lived there for 25 or 30 years, and this is near Fairbanks, and she said she had never seen a sky like that in Fairbanks, Alaska. There's a name for those type of clouds, but I guess they're quite rare in Alaska. California, sent in by Jeanette, of a spectacular, I don't know if that's a sunrise or a sunset. Then out of Washington State, we've got a big white circle halo that's extending well away from the sun. This does not go around the sun. This extends away from the sun. Very unique observation out of Washington State. Queens, New York, sent in by Anne, of a dark pink sky. This was just a couple of days ago. Suffield, Connecticut, sent in by Lori. Big waves rolling through the sky. Looks like a storm here, sent in by Sanja from Wisconsin. Big roll cloud. Awesome photograph from the state of Washington, sent in by Zach. He takes some incredible photos from up there. There's another one by Zach from just west of Seattle, Southwest Ohio. Photographed by Paul, sent in just a couple of days ago. Awesome photo here by Rita out of Maryville, Tennessee. Good job. Abilene, Texas, photo sent in by Daniel of what looks like a tornado that did touch the ground. Sherry, some colorful clouds out of Colorado. There's the full photo on the left. I zoomed in on the right. Brooke from Gatesville, Texas, of a very vivid pink purple sky. Good observation, guys. This photograph here was sent in by Tom from Santos City, and there's a lot going on here in this photograph. We've got different types of colors, different types of shapes, designs, depth. There is a lot of stuff going on in that photograph. That's why he took the photo. Good job, Tom. That was a excellent observation. Lisette from Bronx, New York, another pink sky. And San Antonio, Texas, Daniel, that was on Easter Sunday. Gold Basin, or near Gold, actually this is in Gold Basin, Arizona, sent in by Carol from northwestern Arizona. Look at that. Unbelievable. This was taken today, and I called that an alien sky on another post that we put that on because it just looks so unusual. Get a load of that. Northwestern Arizona. In fact, I took some pictures earlier today of the skies out here in southeast Phoenix. They didn't look quite like that, but maybe a close second, but that definitely right there takes the cake. Good observation, Carol. Here's one sent in by Jesse from Tennessee. A spectacular sky beam. Look at the size of that thing. Out of Tennessee. Just incredible. Fontana, California. Amazing sky sent in by Danny. Brian from Ohio noticed multiple sky beams in the sky. Incredible shelf clouds sent in by Laura and Jay out of Grand Haven, Michigan. They said they were right in front of that storm. Another photo by Brian out of Ohio. And that one there looks like it's some sort of collection of gravity waves or something going through the sky. Look at that. Just super weird. Photo here by Annette out of Tennessee of just a random rainbow in the sky. No rain, just a random rainbow. This one here reminded me of a giant mothership that had just landed, and you can see the sky beams going up into the sky. It's got wings off to the left and to the right. Incredible photograph, once again, sent in by Jesse. Good observation, guys. Keep them coming. Las Vegas, photo sent in by Stacka of a round disc-shaped looking cloud. This here is a perfect triangle around the sun. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 lines that form a perfect triangle in the sky right around the sun. Amazing observation out of Georgia. Another observation out of Georgia, Newman, Georgia. That was sent in by Deborah of a big double rainbow in the sky. This was out of southeast Michigan. Photo sent in by Ronald of the triangle in the sky. It was the photo afterwards that was from Georgia. Double rainbow. We see more doubles than we do singles these days. Incredible. Another triangle-shaped cloud, Brooksville, Florida. Photo sent in by Lisa. Good observation. Another triangle from Loudon, Tennessee. Photo sent in by Wanda. Look at that. And then this next photograph is of the same triangle, but in very, very close. And you can actually see more of the triangle craft there. Spectacular photograph out of the United Kingdom sent in by John. Look at those clouds. Pink-red sky sent in by Joy from Wisconsin. Just amazing. Some amazing clouds. Photo taken by Gary out of Nebraska. Good observation, guys. Look at that. Big, tall supercell thunderstorms. Orange sky sent in by Colby. Another spectacular, very photogenic cloud. Photo also sent in by Colby. Colby, once again, orange, yellow, golden sunset or sunrise. Either one, it's very, very spectacular. Much like this triangle in the sky from Panama City Beach, sent in by Nikki. Look at that. Purple, pink, orange, yellow, gold. This one here is purple and light pink. Photo sent in by Tracy out of Indiana. That is absolutely beautiful. Clouds reaching down out of the sky, touching the ocean. Photo sent in by James from Tampa Bay, Florida. Another photo from Tampa, Florida, sent in by James of a very low-riding shelf cloud. Photogenic cloud. Another one from Tampa. Good job, James. Keep them coming. Texas, Ray noticed a very spectacular sun halo. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Used to see them all the time. I haven't seen any in quite a while. Rich from Michigan noticed a triangle-shaped object in the sky. Jimmy from Illinois noticed some louvers tucked away high in the sky behind some random clouds. Terry from Glendale noticed some sunbeams poking through the clouds, and up above the sunbeams, what looked like a face in the sky. Look at that. Here are one for sure, quite possibly two, what they refer to as hole punch clouds. Photos sent in by Robin. See the bigger one here, and then a smaller one down below it. Not exactly sure of the location on those, but great observation. Minnesota, Emily, what looks like a big roll cloud in the sky. Wisconsin, Rick, undeniable roll cloud in the sky going in both directions. Look at how long that thing is. Unbelievable. Ackworth, Georgia. This is probably one of the most obvious triangles I think I've ever seen as far as a photograph goes. I've actually seen one myself early in the morning between 5 and 5:30. It was dark. I just caught a glimpse of it. maybe a 2-second glimpse, but it looked very similar to that right there. You can see actually circles on the top of this thing that are uniformly placed. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like some sort of a triangle shape on top of the triangle itself. That is a very good observation by Jim out of Ackworth, Georgia. Quite possibly 2 there, but 1 for sure. Excellent observation. Going to finish up the slideshow with some lightning. Christos out of Cleveland. And then we've got some lightning out of Apopka, Florida. Spectacular lightning show. Photo or video taken by Summer Dawn 2010. Looked like some sort of a man-made light show over there. Look at that. Lights flashing and flickering in the sky. Incredible. Look at that. Great video. Jimmy from Illinois. Notice what it looks like. This is the second time we've seen this now. A sphere up in the sky, or it looks like a invisible sphere. Clouds are surrounding something round in the sky. Look at that. To me, that's no accident. Those clouds are feeling something in the sky up there that's round. That's why they're making a round shape. Could be something invisible up there in the sky. I don't know. That's kind of what it looks like. That's why he took the picture. Devers, Texas. This was sent in by S.R. Bow. And what they noticed was off in the distance something that looked like a rectangle in the sky. Doesn't look like anything else in the sky. Everything else looks quite normal. This is a sunset. The rest of the clouds look very, very normal, with the exception of that. Look at that thing. I put it in different formats. I adjust the color and lighting to try to get a better look at this thing. Whatever it may be, it could very well be just a random cloud. But boy, is it unique. Here I've converted it into an X-ray format. Look at that. Looks like some sort of a craft. No doubt about it. That was a great observation, and that was a long ways away. I just zoomed in real tight and adjusted the color and lighting to try to pull forward some features, and it actually helped a little bit. Dixon, Texas. This was sent in by Christopher, and he noticed something that looked like a triangle in the sky. And with a little bit of work and some adjustments, you can see what does look like, up above the clouds, an outline of a triangle. See these quite often anymore. Get pictures almost at least weekly, sometimes daily. Here's another example from Tina out of Colorado Springs of a triangle-shaped cloud. It just doesn't look like any of the other clouds in the sky. Looks totally out of place. Good observation from Colorado Springs by Tina. This one seems to be standing up vertically. Here is another photograph that has a lot of personality. This is from Trout Lake, Washington, sent in by Tricia. And you can see, look at this guy over here. They're looking up at these amazing clouds in the sky. This one over here looks like a little mothership coming around this volcano. Clouds in the sky of all different shapes and sizes, and they're very unique. Several people here taking pictures, observing these very neat clouds. This one up here looks like a sphere of some sort, like a big ball of cotton. Look at that thing. Doesn't look like anything else in the sky. Look at that guy. He's enjoying the show. I'd have been taking pictures myself like Tricia. Look at that. Just a beautiful sky. Good observation, guys. Keep them coming. Look at that. All I did was modify the lighting just a little bit, and it brought forward some more features of the cloud structure. Here's another double rainbow, the big highway in the sky. Newman, Georgia. That photo was taken and sent in by Deborah. Here's another shelf cloud. This is a roll cloud sent in by Pam from Illinois. And this is so low, it looks like you could reach up and touch it. And like the one from Missouri, goes very far, looks like, in both directions. Somerset, United Kingdom. Very prominent one feature here, but you look back here behind it and you can also see another one. So that's yet another double rainbow sent in by Gary from the United Kingdom. This here you have to look at it fairly close, but this was a very good observation by Tony out of Brisbane, Australia. There's a boomerang right there behind the clouds. Up above the clouds you can see the outline of a boomerang craft. I've actually seen one of those. They are very real, and they're actually very big. Carrizo, California. The photo was sent in by Randy and Deb. It was taken by Terry, And it was the only cloud like it in the sky that went right over her house that's out in the country. And the viewer, Terry, said she felt something like static or felt something kind of weird when she looked at this cloud. She said it didn't look like a normal cloud. This is the original photograph that was sent in to me with 3 other pictures. I'm taking a closer look at it now because it doesn't look like a typical cloud. And I found some features on that kind of suggest that it may have been something else. Missouri, Kristen, that speaks for itself. Just unbelievable. Missouri's had some incredible skies these last 24 hours. Great job, guys. Sergeant Sid from Tennessee. Do you see it? Look right there. Noticed a triangle, maybe 2. I did adjust the color and lighting on this photograph to pull them forward, but great observation by Sergeant Sid out of Tennessee. Champaign, Illinois, Nick. The sun sitting right on the horizon. Great photograph. Another great photograph here from Fresno, California, sent in by Ameritech. I've got a whole slew of orange photographs, and then we've got purple photographs of the sky. This one here was sent in by Margaret from Mount Bethel, Pennsylvania. Beautiful photograph. That's a hallmark moment right there. JT, I'm not exactly sure of the location, but that is one ominous looking sky. This photograph here, gentleman by the name of Jason from Sebring, Florida, noticed something up in the clouds, and the sky was orange, and there was an object up in the sky. Wasn't a cloud or anything. There was something over here to the right that he was trying to get a picture of. I zoomed in as close as I could get and really don't know what it is. It does look like there's some sort of a round object up in the sky behind the clouds. And it was an orange sky at that. Now this I've modified a little bit. What I was trying to do was pull forward any features maybe on that round balloon, craft, whatever it may be that was up in the sky, but a little tough to do. That was the best I could get. But that was a good observation. He did notice something up in the sky. Patricia from Orlando, Florida, noticed what looked like a dolphin jumping over the sunset. Beautiful. Ken S., another beautiful sunset. Orange skies. Had a whole slew of orange sky photographs come in. Buford, Georgia, sent in by Robert. I mean, how do you describe that? It's like a tsunami of cotton balls. Concord, North Carolina, sent in by Kim. Same type of clouds. Albuquerque, New Mexico. This photograph was sent in by Austin. He was looking to the east. This is looking east as the sun is setting in the west. So the sun is opposite of those clouds right there. Very good observation by Austin out of New Mexico. Don't know what's going on here either. United Kingdom, David, some sort of big long streak in the sky above the sun. I don't know if those are clouds. Not sure what's going on there. Dade City, Florida, North Star, Danes, more orange clouds. These look like they're sitting on the ground. Then we go from orange to purple and pink. Brisbane, Australia, Tony. Louisville, Illinois, Amber sent in 3 photographs. This is the first one. Here's the second one. This is like a light burgundy. And then here's the third one. Look at that, just absolutely beautiful. Seriously. And another one here from Madisonville, Kentucky, sent in by Alicia. How do you describe that? Just awe-inspiring. Here's one here that looks like an angel kissing the sun or holding the sun or some sort of a winged creature up by the sun. Look at that. Good observation. That was sent in by Joshua. Called that one the Sun Angel. Very colorful rainbow here, sent in by Kenneth. Not exactly sure of the location. This one here is sent in from Plant City, Florida by Shawnee. This is the world's, or at least that's what I'm calling it, the world's smallest rainbow. Look at this. It's just right there in their yard. See it? Got a rainbow in their backyard. Here you're looking at a collection of photos from Attica, Greece, sent in by Tony. And that one there is quite interesting. When you first look at it, it looks like a rainbow arc up in the sky all by itself with a little bit of cloud cover around it. And when I adjusted the settings of the photograph, you can see what looks like a triangle-shaped craft up there. And the back side of it's the color of a rainbow. Great observation by Tony from Attica, Greece. In fact, he noticed multiple triangle shapes in the sky. This isn't one of them. This is just a collection of random colors around the sun. Here's the triangle he saw. It's quite obvious from over in Greece. Look at that. And I've inverted the format of this thing, and he actually shows examples of triangle crafts, and they look identical to what he saw up in the sky. Great observations from Greece. Here I inverted it, and light is dark and dark is light. Look at that thing. Perfect match. It's a good observation, Tony. Thanks for sharing. Here's another format of that rocket launch from Florida this morning. Alexander S. That's what he saw from West Palm Beach, Florida. Here is a photograph from Las Vegas sent in by Becky, and what she noticed in this photograph, she circled it. Behind the clouds, you can see what looks like the shape of a craft. It's a different color. You can tell that is a different density from the rest of the clouds in the sky. And if you look real close, you can see the outline of what does look like something very large tucked away in the sky behind those clouds. Charlotte, North Carolina. Awesome photo sent in by Irene of a rain shaft. That's absolutely pouring down rain, about as hard as it can rain. Brittany E. sent in a spectacular photograph of the sky. Looked like some gravity waves. This here's from Maui, Hawaii, sent in by Rochelle. Big round cloud that almost looks like some sort of a disc up in the sky. Then we go from a disc to a 90-degree angle square. Look at that. Melissa from Missouri noticed that. Looks like a big triangle in the sky. Perfect 90-degree angle. This here's kind of unique photograph sent in from Lincoln, Nebraska by Chad of some very unique clouds, the only ones of their kind in the sky at the time he took the photograph. Good observation. Another double rainbow. This one sent in by JoJo from Gainesville, Florida. And this here is very unique with regard to, looks like a moon or a crescent moon, but it's a independent rainbow colors just up in the sky all by themselves. That was a photograph taken by Albert. I received that this morning. Beautiful photo here from Bartsville, Oklahoma, sent in by Kaylin. Beautiful sunbeams. And this last one here is from Denmark, Lolland, Denmark. What looks like some sort of a square-shaped cloud. Doesn't look like anything else in the sky with regard to the other clouds. Looks very unique. That's why he took the photograph. Photograph sent in by Torbjörn from Denmark. This is another angle of the launch that we saw yesterday. Look at that. Regina Gonzalez sent this in as they were down by the Florida Keys. And I've also got some new photos of this launch, and they must have been from the very early stages of this launch because they look like red fireballs, literally. I'm going to share those with you here in just a moment. But this is another awesome perspective of this launch from Cape Canaveral yesterday, August the 8th, during the early morning hours, around 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:15, somewhere around in there. Look at that, just a spectacular view. And this is from down in southern Florida, near the Florida Keys. They were on their way to the Florida Keys or already there. But anyway, this is what the launch looked like from down in that area. Kind of looked like it did from Melbourne, down around Miami. And I've also got some photos I want to share with you that I received today from Melbourne, Florida, of this rocket launch. And they look like a red amber flying through the sky. I'll share them with you here in just a moment when I get to the photos. These are little video clips that I received. This is an ominous sky. Don't know exactly where this is at. Tanner J. shared this with me. He was on the roof of a building, and he looked up, saw this sky, and made a quick video of it and shared it with me of a huge shelf cloud coming right at his direction. Look at that thing. Looks like a giant mothership sitting over there. Good job, Tanner. Orb in a thunderstorm. Another small video clip that I received from the UK from David. And he was filming a storm when he noticed this orb in the storm that actually leaps forward. It's really kind of a weird video. Check this out. That's the first segment. What I do is play that same segment 3 more times. I slow it down and zoom in, and you're going to see that orb leap forward. It's not an airplane or anything like that. Watch as I zoom in real tight. Watch this thing jump upward. Watch. See that right there? right there. It just jumped up. Some sort of an independent orb. And it's not an airplane. An airplane wouldn't be flying over there. There was lightning in the area. But you're going to see that thing take a leap up into the clouds. Right there. Did you see that? One more time. Watch this. See it go up? It's kind of difficult to see because there's a lot of static in the air. But there is an independent orb there that jumped up into the clouds. Jennifer from Scottsdale, Arizona looked up, saw a big rectangle in the sky. And it has a hole on the right-hand side of the rectangle. Christy from Gilbert, Arizona, big huge ring in the sky. Almost looks like a big oyster shell. Look at that thing setting up there. And that's from right out here in Gilbert. Good observation. Spectacular clouds as we're in the monsoon season. Now here's what I was talking about earlier. This is the very beginning of that rocket launch, and that's what I was talking about. It looked like a red fireball. This was a picture taken by Aaron from Melbourne, Florida, which is in southeastern Florida. Here it is again. I don't know if this is camera movement or if that actually literally turned into some sort of like baton in the air, but that's what it looks like in the picture. Probably camera movement. But it did start out, it looked like a red fireball. And then it went into that real dramatic phase where it was going through different cycles like you're seeing right here. Just a spectacular sight that a lot of people weren't expecting. Some people were aware that there could possibly be a launch, but not quite sure at the time. It all depends on the weather. This is another spectacular photograph sent in by Aaron, once again from Melbourne, Florida. Look at that. Just absolutely beautiful. Good job, guys. Keep them coming. You are wide awake and on the ball. Aiden noticed some wings in the sky. It looks like a giant dove landing on the sun. Spectacular photograph. Alberta, Canada, Mitch, lightning storm. Got a photo there and a photo here. Those are still images from a video he took of a lightning storm. North Scottsdale, Laura, of a storm from, I think this was about 5 or 6 days ago, that went over the northern part of the valley. Big low riding pink colored cloud. That's exactly how I received it. These are dark clouds sent in by Brian. Not exactly sure of the location. He sent in that one and this one here. I want to say it's somewhere up in Canada. See a Canadian flag over there on the shore of the lake. This is a spectacular photo sent in by Cindy from Michigan. Big long line in the sky. This one's at either sunrise or sunset, as it's orange. And we see those every once in a while, those huge long lines in the sky. We've seen them go from pole to pole, it seems like, on Google Earth. We saw back several months ago. This is a photograph sent in by Becky from Las Vegas. This was way off in the distance. In a photograph she took of a storm, she noticed a triangle. And it is indeed a perfect triangle that showed up in her photograph. Unbelievable. Been seeing a lot of those lately. Alana from Baton Rouge noticed an angel in the sky. Good job, Tommy from Greece. Some very colorful clouds around the sun. Look at that. Just amazing. Jamie S. of some beautiful low riding clouds just above the ocean. Tricia from Iron Mountain, Michigan. More storms rolling through the area, much like we see here from Headland, Alabama. Somer sent these in of some storm clouds. Seen a lot of really good storm clouds in the last few months. This here reminded me of one of the Apollo mission landing vessels. This was sent in by Christina from Pittman, New Jersey. And that's what she thought it reminded her of too. This just showed up in one of her pictures that she was taking of the sky. I have no idea what this is. Just showed up in her photograph. Campbellsville, Kentucky, photo sent in by Carla. A very spectacular sunrise or sunset. Lincoln City, this was sent in by Curtis. Big roll cloud out over the ocean during sunset. We go from pink, red, orange, and now to purple and light purple. Borrego Springs, California. These next two photos were sent in by William. Photo 1 and photo 2. Look at that. Just absolutely picture perfect. This next photograph was sent in from Central Pennsylvania by Pamela. She noticed what looks like a hand in the sky. See it? Got a thumb here, finger, 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 finger. It's like a giant hand up in the sky. Very unusual cloud formation. North Little Rock, Arkansas. Joe in. Notice what looked like a triangle or a rectangle in the sky. Like Jennifer noticed up in North Scottsdale. Triangle from Mesa, Arizona. Photo sent in by Kim. And that's kind of exactly what that looks like. Big triangle in the sky. Reno, Nevada. Joshua. Colorful clouds around the sun. Good observation. This one here is kind of eerie. Jeffrey S. noticed what looked like a face up in the sky. This cloud configuration showed, and I put this in different filters, and you can see it does in all of the different filters resemble some sort of a face up in the sky. Ball State. Photo sent in by Jason of a colorful cloud just sitting up there all by itself. These next photographs are from Milford, New Jersey, sent in by Chris. Orange clouds engulfing the moon. And then we've got another one of those very spectacular double rainbows. This time in Milford, New Jersey. I think we've seen these things all over the whole world at some point or another, and they're still continuing. Another photo from Milford, New Jersey of a recent storm they had out on the eastern seaboard. A lot of storms out there. Stratford, Missouri. Sherry sent in a very strange looking cloud. It's like some sort of a ship, much like we see here over the Virgin Islands, sent in by Mary Ann. And it does look like windows going across the front or the edge of what looks like some sort of a giant saucer in the sky. Saw a picture coming out of Germany that looked exactly like that. And this one's over the Virgin Islands. Good observation by Mary Ann. Captree State Park, photo from Stephen. And another photo of the launch from yesterday. This time it was observed from Jacksonville, Florida by Sarah. This is one of the stages of the rocket launch. Big ominous looking sky sent in by Alyssa from Oregon. Look at that. Unbelievable. San Francisco, Suhel. Notice some unusual clouds stacked on top of each other out there all by themselves. Linda, Lakeland, Florida. Of a spectacular sunset or sunrise. Kim from Connorsville, Indiana. Big high-profile shelf cloud. Unbelievable. Here's another view of the same cloud, I think, as it was going over. This is kind of underneath it. This is an unusual photograph of something dark in the sky. I don't know exactly what that is. It's a very dark, lonely cloud up here in the sky. Everything else is kind of orange and blue. And again, that was taken from Kim from Connorsville, Indiana. Good observation. Joe, Campo, California. Don't know what to make of this. It was just kind of an amusing looking cloud. I don't know, some sort of a creature. Looks like a couple of arms, again, up in the air and a head, maybe a nose. You can kind of let your imagination run wild with that one, but that was a good observation by Joe. Kelly from Ohio. Orange sky, a couple of orange skies actually. Good observation. Those are beautiful photographs. Pennsylvania, Kelly noticed an ominous sky. Some sort of a ominous looking thunderstorm that went over Pennsylvania. And then we go from ominous to quite pleasant. The double rainbow phenomenon, seeing these almost on a daily basis. From Colleen out of Minnesota back to Connorsville, Indiana. Kim noticed some sort of a orange cloud in the night sky. It had just gotten dark and there was some sort of a orange cloud in the sky above her house, and it was the only one like it in the sky. She noticed a lot of good observations here in the last few days and shared them with me. Keith T. I'm not exactly sure where he caught this lightning from. It was in a video and he put took a still image from the video. Topeka, Kansas. This photograph was sent in by Sarah of what looks like a huge disc above this community here, wherever they're at in Topeka. In fact, she sent in multiple pictures of this same like shelf cloud. Here's another look at it here. Absolutely beautiful, to be honest. Topeka, Kansas. Photograph sent in by Sarah. George sent in a unusual photograph, once again, of something unusual, an unusual shape up in the sky. Let me pause this for a second. Daryl noticed what he thought was a triangle in the sky. And this is the original before I altered the contrast just a little bit, because this was a good observation. He noticed what he thought was a triangle in the sky. And sure enough, there it is. I just adjusted it just very, very slightly. And there's the triangle. Or at least that's what it looks like. Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Christy noticed a beam in the sky. It's kind of hard to see. It was one of those moments that she noticed it quite clearly. It didn't turn out too well in the photograph, but I do see it. It's kind of almost an orange beam, and we've seen these before. They look like shadows in the sky, but this one, there is something different about it. I totally agree. It's almost a orange color, and I don't know why. Finish off the video, or this video here, with another double rainbow. Nobleton, Florida. This was sent in by Sweetleaf of a double rainbow. These are becoming the new norm. We don't hardly see single rainbows anymore. More doubles than singles, if anything. Stephanie from South Carolina. Very colorful cloud she noticed in the sky. This is one of 3 pictures of the same cloud structure. Look at that. Just a random colorful cloud. And no rhyme or reason for it. It's just a very colorful cloud. It is below a big halo up in the sky around the sun. Here's another example of a colorful sky from South Carolina. I don't know if this is the same day or not, but same photographer, Stephanie. Springfield, Ohio. Big shelf cloud in the sky sent in by Jared. Palmyra, New Jersey. Orange sky sent in by Sally. Here we've got some sort of a square in the sky from Sacramento, California, and there's 2 different photographs of the same square-like structure in the sky. It almost appears to be blocking the sunlight over here. Very perfect square. Look at that. Well, nearly perfect. And I've been seeing quite a few of those lately. Squares, rectangles, circles, you name it. Here's another double rainbow from Karen out of Palm Bay, Florida. Big, spectacular double rainbow. Hardly ever see singles anymore. Chris from New York City. Ominous looking skyline as a thunderstorm approached the city. Kelseyville, California. Ryan. Another spectacular sky. Big sunbeams, shadows going up into the sky. Longmont, Colorado. Maeve sent in this photograph of another double rainbow. You can see the second rainbow right there. It's a little difficult to see, but it is there. And some very unique clouds just above and intertwined with the rainbow. Danielle G. noticed the smoke trail left behind from the rocket launch August 8th from Florida. Photo sent in here by Sergeant Joshua K. from Oklahoma. What looks like a triangle in the sky. Another rainbow photograph. This was sent in by Jamie from Hawaii. Ominous looking sky from Heartland, Connecticut, sent in by Steve. Just some amazing photographs. Another look at this rocket launch from De Leon Springs. That was sent in by Susie. Spectacular photographs here from Puerto Rico, sent in by Carlos, of some golden sunbeams peeking through the clouds. Look at that. I mean, that's a hallmark moment right there. Truly is. Good observation, Carlos. Here's another rainbow. This was sent in by Brian P. Actually, it's a partial rainbow. Brian P. once again of a very ominous looking cloud structure that's very, very low to the ground. Brian P. yet again another low profile ominous looking sky. Very dark ominous looking clouds once again from Brian P. And this final photograph is from Mulberry, Florida, sent in by Greg. Big shadow coming from the northwestern sky during sunset. Thanks for all your photographs and observations, guys. If you have some photos you would like to share, you can send them to reports at MrMBB333.com. You'll find them in the Sky Phenomena photo gallery. Takes a little while to get through all the emails, but sooner or later, I do get through them. And you can find this website linked below every video in the description box, MrMBB333.com. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.